On Monday, April 8th, 2024, at exactly 3:07 p.m. or 15:07 p.m. or 1507 hours. Where will you be? I know where I'll be. I will be in the path of totality. Welcome back to Klaudless in Indy, you guys. It is another beautiful day in Indy. It's 65 degrees right now. It is so windy, and I am just knocking out these videos. Okay, welcome back to Klaudless in Indy. I'm Klaudless, and I'm in Indy. And fortunately for you guys, it's another beer review. Hell yeah! Let's roll the intro, maybe, and then we're gonna get to this beer. Hell yeah! All right, let's do it. On April 8th, 2024, a total eclipse will pass through towns and cities that are home to more than 30 million Americans. For those of us in the path of totality, the eclipse will connect us, even if only for a few minutes. This beer is a celebration of this cosmic occurrence. Yeah, there it is, you guys. There it is. I don't know if I'm the first. Probably not the first. But I assure you, not the last. I mean, maybe the last. I don't know. I mean, we still have about a week to go. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to go. It is the 25th, right? Yeah. we got 2 weeks before April 8th. Okay, so this beer just released by Sun King, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago or so. All right. That what I just read to you guys actually was the back of the can. This is a 16 ounces. You can buy it in singles or in 4-packs at Sun King. I know at the Carver location, last time I was there, they had a bunch of these. They may be gone though. People are literally buying them by the case. So if you're interested in this beer, I encourage you to not hesitate. I encourage you not to wait and just do it, okay? Just go and do it to get the beer now. Otherwise, you will regret it. You will regret it during the eclipse. All of us are going to ascend, all right? And you're just going to be down here without your beer, okay? I'm just kidding, you guys. Welcome back to Klaudless in Indy. All right, and I'm reviewing, obviously, the In the Path of Totality, which is a coffee-infused blonde ale. And if you've watched any of my videos, well, maybe not any of my videos, but if you watched all my videos, then you will know that coffee and pumpkin are my favorite flavors, hands down, okay, and my favorite type of beers. So let's go ahead and get into this can design, and then we're going to get into the description. All right, so one thing that I'm pretty sure no one has really noticed about the cans, maybe I'm one of the few people, let me move this over. Maybe I'm one of the few people who actually pay attention to Sun King's can design, and wow, their graphic design team is absolutely amazing, okay, is that on the can, they actually show you what? Starting at, I think, Texas there. I can't see on my end because of my sunglasses, but the line goes all the way up to Maine, my friends. It goes all the way from Texas to Maine. Now, I do have a question for you guys. During the last eclipse, which I think was maybe in 2017, or at least that was the last time I saw the eclipse, where were you? Right, I was in Florida. As you guys know, I'm from Sarasota, Florida. And yeah, I was a lot porter, right? And during the eclipse, someone had brought in a bunch of glasses, and we all went out into the parking lot and watched the partial eclipse. It wasn't a total eclipse, it was a partial eclipse, and it was amazing. Something I'll never forget. Just how it just seemed like someone had dimmed the sun. If that makes sense, right? It didn't get darker per se, but rather dimmed. And that's just not something that at least I think about when I think of, the changing from light to day. It usually gets darker. The sky changes color and whatnot, from bluish to, to reddish to orange, all those colors and whatnot. But that didn't happen. Instead, it just got dimmer. So very interesting. Hopefully during the eclipse, I don't know if I'll be working. Well, I guess it'll be Monday, so I usually don't go in until 4. So I may be in my car. I'm not sure. I might have to leave early or come in late. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. If I'm even working at all. But either way, I will be getting the eclipse on video, you guys, just for you guys, and also for myself, for memory's sake. Okay, but I digress. Let's get more into this beer. So, me personally, I really like the can design there. Just pretty simple. It's got the map of the eclipse path. It's going through it's going through Texas, Oklahoma. What is that? Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. May see it. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. It looks like maybe northern Kentucky may see it. Ohio. Let's see, we have like northwest Pennsylvania and a good portion of upstate New York, western and upstate New York. Got, Vermont, New Hampshire, and of course Maine will be seeing it. And I'm sure there'll be parts of Canada too that may see it. And also, by the look of this map, maybe even Mexico or so. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll post a picture. Maybe I won't. Not sure. But yeah. Like I said, it's got the name, got the map, and the time, April 8th, 3:07 p.m. Woo! That win really is something. It's trying to knock everything over. And of course, got the King Brewery. If I didn't mention that before, from Indianapolis and Sarasota, Florida. Although apparently, I guess this is only brewed in Indiana, because typically they'll usually say, at least the newer cans have both Florida and Indiana on it, but this one only has Indiana. So, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense because Florida's not going to see the eclipse. I'm not sure how much of the eclipse Florida's going to see, personally. But yeah, I guess this makes sense why only Indiana would have it. So, yeah, I already read to you guys the description about the April 8th, 2024, the total eclipse, yada, yada, yada. Already read that to you guys. And this is a 16-ounce can, coffee-infused golden ale. They call it a golden ale, not a blonde ale. I think I did a video, with the, what is it? I don't remember the beer, but I'll post it either here or here. I think it was brewed by like Red Barn Brewery or something like that for the South Bend Cubs, right? They called their beer a golden ale, and I guess I looked up like what the difference between a blonde ale, a cream ale, and a golden ale is, and there's not really that much of a difference, all that much really. I guess it all depends on the brewer, what they decide to call it and why. But it doesn't seem like there's a true definitive definition of what a golden ale is, and that maybe possibly is just it could be a subcategory of a blonde ale, such as a cream ale, just a subcategory of a blonde ale. They're all blonde ales, but maybe they're just a certain type of blonde ale. Maybe, but I could be wrong. And also, I did notice something too, that there was some other stuff on the can here. I'll read that off to you guys. If you guys want to scan that, feel free to do so. I guess in post, I'll scan it and post where it leads to. I actually didn't even notice this, to be honest with you. Just don't want to mess up my current camera angle that I have. But it says scan here to find out when the eclipse will pass through your town and to access safe viewing information. How kind of them. How kind. But with that out of the way, that's pretty much it. Let's just get into the pour here. But before, of course, we get into the pour, wine in wine glass. Do I have to mention it in every single video? Yes, I do. Pop it open. Alrighty. Whew. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. I will admit I have had this beer before. I don't know what I'm doing. I have had this beer before. I think I've had it twice. Okay, look at that beautiful head formation there. Just look at that. That's maybe a good inch thick or so. Whew. I'm not sure if you guys can see the bubbles there. The aroma is also really strong, but I think the wind is blowing it in my face, so that's why I can smell it. But you can see there's light carbonation there, not a lot of bubbles. This is definitely golden. So maybe like a light gold, not a dark gold, but definitely a light gold. Not lighter than the gold that's currently on my wrist. Is it lighter than the gold on my chain? I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, this is definitely a light gold here. Completely transparent. I can see the wine and logos through the glass, both on my end and through the camera. I can literally see the house behind me through the glass, okay? And yeah, everything is just reflective off this glass here. Okay, the head retention isn't staying for very long, as you guys have seen while I've been talking. It's been going down, but it still looks absolutely delicious nonetheless. Very, very white head. And that coffee smell is very strong, very prominent. Personally, I don't smell anything else. I just smell coffee. And when I say coffee, of course, it doesn't smell like a cup of coffee. It smells like coffee beans, specifically. Which I absolutely love. I mean, I may be biased. This may be a biased video, but what can I say? I love coffee beer. And if you guys have seen my previous videos, my previous coffee beer videos, you know that I love my coffee and I do not hold my punches. Okay, I do consider myself a pretty decent judge when it comes to pumpkin beers and coffee beers, okay? And this right here smells so good. Although I will admit, this is, I think, my first, at least as far as like reviews go, I think this is my first coffee infused or coffee blonde or golden ale review. Yeah, I'm watching my daughter here on the monitor. All right, she's sleeping, so I figured while she's sleeping, I'd knock out a few reviews. You know? Yeah. Yeah, that's very light, as expected, from a golden ale. Okay. Not very crisp. I mean, it hasn't been out of the fridge for that long. I don't have my thermometer with me. I mean, it is a little crisp there. And I'm sure that if it was colder, it would be even crisper than it is. But it's very easy drinking. Very easy drinking. And also, I'm just going to sit back a little bit here. And also, it tastes like a coffee blonde ale, you know, or a golden ale, excuse me. I'm going to keep saying golden ale, even though I don't really think that there's that much of a difference between a blonde ale and a golden ale. But one can argue that the main difference is obviously the color. You call it a golden ale, I mean, it's golden to me. Obviously, you're not going to call a red ale a golden ale because it's red. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here. But yeah, I mean, what it says on the can is exactly what you get in the glass, and I'm pretty sure that's what you guys were wanting to know. Right? It took me almost over 10 minutes just to say that. What you get in the can is exactly what you get on the nose, is exactly what you get in the glass. It's very light, very easy drinking, and I think personally that this hands down goes side by side with the Sunlight Cream Ale, with the Orange Vanilla Cream Ale. yeah, at least I can think of at the moment. I mean, maybe the native land you can say, but that's not in cans, unfortunately. That's only on draft. That being said, the Carmel location and the Indy location, King Brewery, of course, I think currently still has those beers on draft. So if you want to check out those beers, I encourage you to check them out. At least in native land before that's gone, using Indiana corn. All right. Oh. Wow. Yeah, that's good. I mean, like I said, it's just easy drinking. It's not, the coffee's not overwhelming either. It's just enough coffee. Right. I mean, I don't really know what else to say, to be honest with you. Other than it's a pretty damn good beer. It's a great beer, I'd say, personally. But of course, like I said, I'm biased towards coffee beers, and I think this beer hits the nail right on the head. I mean, if you think that there are other blonde ales or cream ales or golden ales, of course, coffee ones I'm talking about, that are better than this one, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll go ahead and there goes the beer. I have more cans in the fridge, but please let me know in the comments if you think that there's a coffee infused blonde ale or golden ale that's pretty comparable or better than this. But, well, I want to say make sure that it's still Indiana, because this channel is dedicated to reviewing Indiana products. But I would say that I would stretch it to the Midwest. Okay, I know there are plenty of great breweries out there all over the country, all over the world. I mean, one of my favorite beers is Singha, right? And they're based in Thailand. Okay, that's a Thai brewery or a Thai company, and I love Sapporo. I enjoy Japanese beer in general. But the point of this channel, of course, is to review Indiana products specifically. And so, if there's another Indiana brewery that has a beer that's pretty comparable, then let me know. Because I do plan on eventually venturing out to other Midwest breweries. But predominantly it's going to be Indiana. And so yeah, I mean, because I went to Missouri, and Missouri surprisingly actually has some great breweries, if you didn't know, and so does Minnesota, surprisingly. And you already know Ohio with Rheingeist and whatnot. There's some great breweries there, and yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. Take that one last swig before I say farewell. And so join me, maybe. I'm not sure, but I'll post it here so I can maybe be consistent with my salutations, right? So, cheers, salud, slancha, skol, na zdrowie, prost, peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Did I mention that I'm Klaudless and Indy, covering In the Path of Totality, April 8th, 2024, 3:07 p.m. Is that the official name of the beer? I'm sure it's just In the Path of Totality. I don't know, you guys. I'll see you guys. Man, it's a beautiful day out here.